Coming up on News 3 Live at noon, the community mourning today after the death of a 17-year-old shot yesterday in the valley.
The powerful words from the family who has already suffered a loss this year.
And motorcycle-related deaths soaring to numbers that some are calling epidemic levels, what one local motorcycle shop owner is saying is the key to preventing deaths. And rallies planned across the country today in protest of President Trump on this President's Day. We have more coming up on News 3 Live at noon. Right now, News 3 Live at noon, gone too soon. A community mourning the loss of a 17-year-old shot and killed yesterday here in the Valley. You're going to hear the powerful words from the family who's already suffered so much this year.
Sobering statistic, motorcycle-related deaths soaring up to numbers that some are calling epidemic levels here in our community. What one local motorcycle shop owner is saying is the key to preventing deaths.
Nationwide protest rallies planned across the country today. Why people were taking to the streets on this President's Day.
News 3 starts right now.
Starting with breaking news at this noon hour out of Whittier, California, where according to KNBC, one officer has been shot and killed. As we take a look at video here, aerial footage from where this confrontation played out. We understand another officer is in stable condition, also a suspect in stable condition.
So, of course, this is a developing situation. We're going to monitor this story and we'll bring you more information, more updates as soon as we get them.
Yeah.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. And unfortunately, we start out with some rough stories today, and that is this one, a 17-year-old boy dead after a neighborhood basketball game went violent. Now there's a manhunt underway for the shooter.
Yeah, our Faith Jesse's been covering this story all morning, joining us live with details. And Faith, unfortunate for this family, this isn't the first time this family has seen such tragedy this year.
That's right, Crystal. It has not been the easiest start to 2017 for 17-year-old Tyrus Coleman's family. Police say Coleman was shot and killed outside of the Doolittle Community Center last night, and it comes a month after Tyrus's aunt, uncle, and cousin were killed in an apartment fire near Lake Mead and H Street. Police say a fight broke out at the Doolittle Community Center last night, and Coleman was chased out of the center to the parking lot where he was shot multiple times. Police say that he was taken to UMC Hospital and he died about 30 minutes after those shots. News 3 spoke with Tyrus's family, who said the Shadow Ridge senior was only visiting this basketball court with his cousins. They say he had good grades in school, was respectful, and was just a few months away from graduating. Tyrus's cousin is calling on the whole community to end these senseless crimes.
This is not a black problem, white problem, Hispanic problem. This is everyone's problem. Kids are dying, and we need to put a stop to it. And parents, they need to step up. They need to step up. It's time to step up and grab your kids and know where your kids are at. Know what the kids are doing.
And police are calling on the community's support for this efforts. They're asking anyone who might have any information to call Crime Stoppers. They're also calling on the suspect or suspects to turn themselves in. I'm Faith Jesse reporting, News 3.
Such a sad story. Thank you, Faith. We appreciate it. Some calling it an epidemic on our roadways. Deadly crashes involving motorcycles up more than 50% from this time last year. Within just the last week, there were 2 deadly crashes last year, also up from the previous year. 32 deaths in 2015 compared to 49 in 2016. That averages out to almost 1 deadly motorcycle crash per week in Clark County. Experts say Las Vegas really presents some unique challenges for riders, including motorists who come from different parts of the country, really the world for that matter, and also the number of impaired drivers.
Yes, you may be an experienced motorcyclist, but unless someone can objectively evaluate your performance, you really don't know what things you're doing right, what things you can improve upon. Just because you got it home safely doesn't mean it was necessarily by design. It could be by pure luck.
So instructors at the Harley-Davidson Riding Academy stress proper training. They say it's really, really important for riders to get professional coaching.
All right, a bicyclist is recovering today after that person was struck and injured by a taxi happening just east of the Las Vegas Strip. The crash happened around 9:45 last night at this intersection here of East Flamingo Road and Koval Lane. The victim was taken to Sunrise Trauma with injuries described as non-life-threatening. Flamingo was closed west of Koval for more than an hour as they investigated, and then it was reopened.
After 9 months serving abroad, about 140 soldiers of the Nevada Army National Guard are back at their home base in southern Nevada this weekend. 80 of those soldiers are actually from Las Vegas, and we want to say welcome home. We certainly appreciate you for your service. They are members of the Bravo Company 422, 422nd Signal Battalion, and their job was to install and ensure continuous communications with Allied forces. They served in places like the Middle East and the Horn of Africa. With Sunday's return, fewer than 130 Nevada Army National Guard soldiers remain overseas.
And we thank them for their service.
Absolutely.
Okay, residents in San Antonio are surveying the damage after a powerful storm. Several of them, in fact, struck the city last night. The National Weather Service says at least 100 homes were damaged across that city by a combination of thunderstorms and powerful winds. The agency is investigating reports of a possible tornado hitting the San Antonio area last night. The heavy rain also led to flooding on area roads. Nearly 40,000 customers are still without power around the city. The National Weather Service plans to send out teams today to assess all that damage.
Federal funding headed to northern Nevada to help it recover from the flooding it saw in early January. Our Governor Brian Sandoval, announcing Saturday that millions of dollars will be available to local, state, and tribal agencies to assist with repairs. Rain and runoff flooded, washed out more than 80 county roads and another 20 state highways. That's in addition to damage that high water caused, to homes and businesses. The governor's office estimating that flooding caused nearly $15 million in damage in the northern part of the state.
Well, several trails remain closed today after a large avalanche struck Saturday night in Kyle Canyon, and here are the pictures. These photos from Clark County's Twitter page, and they show that avalanche, which stopped just 200 yards from the Rainbow subdivision. The mountain got more than a foot of snow in just 2 days over the weekend. Staff at Lee Canyon say they're performing regular avalanche checks to make sure that everything is safe. And then another area that got hit hard this on Saturday by that storm that hit over the weekend was the Red Rock area. Parts of the canyon experienced flooding. This is video shot by News 3's Reed Cowan over the weekend. High water there temporarily shut down the scenic loop, which did reopen, and I actually was there on Sunday, and it was gorgeous because, after it rains, it kind of clears up the air, and then you had the clouds still kind of, touching the tops of the mountains there, and it was just absolutely beautiful.
That is pretty.
So all that flooding didn't really cause any problems in the long run, which is a good thing.
That is always a good thing. Okay, well, we need to find out what's happening today with this weather after things kind of dried out a little bit, Kelly.
Yeah, we're drying out a little bit, at least in the Las Vegas Valley, but there's still a lot of activity and it's not that far away. Check this out. San Francisco's been getting hit hard all morning. I even saw one report that they had almost an inch of rain, and that was before 4 a.m. We're looking at snow in the Sierras, Reno getting rain and snow there, but this is all part of an atmospheric river. As you can see, it goes through San Francisco, through Reno, and then continues off to the north and east. So we're not expecting any of this in our area. A couple of light showers may be popping up in our local mountains, but really that's about it. Cloudy skies on the Cadence camera to get things started. We saw some breaks in those clouds, then more clouds moving in. The winds have also been picking up, so mostly cloudy to partly sunny skies across the area today. Charlotte Hill Elementary School at 62 degrees, but we've had gusts to 20 miles per hour. 62 at Wright Elementary School, gusts to 21 miles per hour. So those winds, again, picking up a little bit more this afternoon. We'll see a few breaks in the clouds here and there, time to time. 63 degrees as you're heading home from work this evening. But we've got more wind on the way tomorrow and a cold front on the way for Wednesday. We're going to talk about how that's going to impact you coming up.
Okay, so we have some breaking news. We're taking a live look at Mar-a-Lago, Florida right now, where we see the president and also his new pick for National Security Advisor, Army Lieutenant General H.R. McMaster.
He's been named. This just happening moments ago. He's going to still have to be approved by the Senate. And this, of course, to replace Michael Flynn, who recently was ousted by Donald Trump. He resigned, but it was a decision that Donald Trump had made. So we're going to, President Trump had made. We're going to continue to follow this as we watch the president speak right now. And if anything else significant happens, we will surely let you know, and we'll dip back into these live pictures.
I mean, this really just coming in with the last couple of minutes. So we're on it in terms of getting you your breaking news. All right, opponents of President Trump trying to send him a message on this President's Day. They're holding Not My President's Day rallies across the nation. We have rallies taking place in at least a dozen cities across the country today. You have protests in Chicago, like I mentioned, just really across the country. And again, the protests are against President Donald Trump and the policy he's ordered since taking office exactly a month ago.
All right, speaking of President Trump, heading back to Washington today after spending the weekend there in Florida, where, as we just saw moments ago, he's still there. But the plans are he's going to make his way back to D.C.
Right. It was a working weekend. The president interviewing potential national security advisors who you just saw there, his pick, Army Lieutenant McMaster there, but also spending time with thousands of supporters during a campaign-style rally. Jay Gray has the latest.
President Trump begins the week still searching for a new national security advisor.
The president has said very clearly that the new NSA director will have total and complete say over the makeup of the NSC.
Over the weekend, behind the walls of his Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach, the president interviewed 4 candidates to replace fired NSA chief Michael Flynn.
We are one. We are one. We are one.
And as pro-Muslim and immigration rallies continue across the country, the White House is now set to unveil a new executive order to reinstate a travel ban focused on 7 predominantly Muslim countries, while new draft memos signed by the Homeland Security Secretary outline plans to speed up deportation hearings for undocumented workers.
This is going to have a ripple effect through communities across the country, affecting legal immigrants and U.S. citizens as well.
The president says the measures are aimed at getting criminals out of the country.
Get them the hell out of here. Bring them back to where they came from.
During a Saturday campaign-style rally, the president also continued his attack on the media.
They have their own agenda, and their agenda is not your agenda.
As his administration continues to push its own controversial agenda. Jay Gray, NBC News, Washington.
All right, this brings us to our question of the day. Do you think the president crossed the line when he tweeted that many established national media outlets are the, quote, enemy of the American people? And we know you all out there have some opinions that you like to share with us. So please, either way of what you feel about this situation, let us know. Just head to our website, news3lv.com, and click on the question of the day icon.
Okay, a truck falls right into a frozen lake. The whole thing caught on camera. We're going to tell you why the truck thought it was okay to be there in the first place.
Oh boy. Plus, Fiat Chrysler issuing a recall for some of its cars. If you drive that brand new car, you may want to listen up why the recall was issued and how you can see if your vehicle is defective. And then the Color Run returning to Las Vegas. Oh, it's a fun one. A look into this magical 5K course. It's actually pretty colorful too, hence the Color Run.
I've done it. It's fun.
Yeah, and we're going to tell you how you can get back to 3 Square Food Bank in the process. That coming up at 12:30.
of glad I ain't out there.
Oh!
Oh boy. It probably wasn't a good idea to drive your Escalade onto a frozen lake. I don't know, I'm just saying.
No.
So this man thought it was a good idea though, and you saw there from that cell phone video exactly what happened. The driver was attempting to tow an ice shanty to another spot on the lake when the ice broke underneath, and then there they go, all the way down. He had heard from a friend on a snowmobile that the ice was okay apparently, but that was not the case. And he was, in case you're wondering, he was able to get out. But, is he under the water? Yeah, he was still in the car.
So you got the all clear from your friend in a snowmobile compared to an Escalade? A little weight difference there?
So
Just
gosh,
saying.
that's so scary.
That is scary. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea moving forward. Okay, so let's talk about this. 3 people recovering today after being injured at a dirt track race at a speedway in Florida. Last night, 2 cars crashing into each other, causing one of the cars to flip several times, clearing the fence that surrounds the track. The 3 people who were struck by the car were in a pit area at the time of the crash. All 3 victims treated at the scene and taken to an area hospital. At least one of the victims needed to be airlifted from the scene. 2 of the 3 still in the hospital. The 3rd has been released.
Russia's ambassador to the United States has passed away. Russia's foreign minister says he died suddenly in New York today. A law enforcement official says that he was hospitalized earlier in the day for cardiac arrest. He had served as Russia's ambassador to the UN since 2006. He previously served as a Russian ambassador to both Canada and Belgium. He had also worked as ambassador at large for Russia's foreign ministry. He died just 1 day before he was to turn 65.
Fiat Chrysler is recalling some Chrysler cars because the drive shaft bolts can come loose on all-wheel drive models, increasing your risk of a crash. Fiat Chrysler says the recall involves the Dodge Charger and Chrysler 300, and these are models between the years of 2014 through 2017 equipped with all-wheel drive. About 75,000 cars affected in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. There have been no reports of any crashes or injuries related to the issue. Now, if you want to just double check and see if your vehicle is on that recall list, we've done the work for you. All you need to do is head over to our website, newstorylv.com.
Northern California bracing for yet another big storm, and we saw that on the radars in our last weather check. This one expected to bring more rain and damaging winds to a region that has already been getting hammered for weeks now. So this system could cause major problems like flooding and power outages, while adding stress to a major dam in Oroville. We've been talking about that situation that is already damaged. Overnight, a staggering 5 inches of rain and 65-mile-an-hour wind gusts hit San Francisco. The Bay Area bracing for rivers to rise, roads to flood, and for the potential for rock and mudslides to bury homes in the area.
Oh boy, they just had a really, really tough time up there. Okay, well, let's bring it back here local and talk about what's happening here. We sure saw our share of rain. We had plenty of rain this weekend.
We sure did. In fact, the far western and northwestern portions of the valley got an inch and a half.
That's a lot
of rain, which is a lot for us, especially in such a short amount of time. We're looking at mainly dry conditions across the area today, though. Let's take a look at this time lapse. This is Red Rock, and there's even a flash of a rainbow there as that sun briefly came out. Now, here's a look at that time lapse continuing, and the clouds still staying very low. So it might be a little bit misty, especially if you get a little bit higher up and you get up into those clouds. You're definitely going to notice that. But for the most part, dry conditions in the Las Vegas Valley, and that's the way we're expecting it to stay. Temperature is actually trending a little bit cooler. The clouds not breaking up as quickly as we were hoping. Summerlin right now just 60 degrees, downtown 62, and Henderson, you're coming in at 60 right now, but the winds have increased. So Summerlin, El Dorado, 20-mile-per-hour gusts being reported there. Henderson, you've had a gust up to 28 miles per hour. So hang on to your hats out there today. We've got even more gusty winds on tap for tomorrow and Wednesday as this storm system moves through. Now, here's what we're looking at, and it's really this just atmospheric river. You can see it. Here's the clouds back here stretching through San Francisco, Reno, then moving through the northeastern corner of our state up into Idaho, and they're just training over the same exact areas, which is not good news, especially these areas that have already been so hard hit. More snow in the Sierras as well. Here's a look at the Futurecast model and how we're expecting this to play out. As we set this in motion, again, see snow in the Sierras, San Francisco, Reno getting hit with this. It continues to move to the north and east. For us, We could see a little bit of activity, especially in the higher terrain today. Most of it, though, actually coming down as rain. Temperatures above freezing, even at the Mount Charleston Lodge. So snow levels probably going to be closer to 9,000 feet today. Could also see a few light showers and sprinkles in parts of Nye County and Lincoln County as well. But the bulk of the activity staying to our north. As we get into Tuesday, again, still dry. I think we're going to see a little bit more sunshine here, but those winds are going to kick up even more as this system continues to work its way through. But look at this. I mean, Reno, Oroville, San Francisco area still dealing with a little bit of light rain even as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday. Snow in the higher terrain further to the north. But for us, it's really just going to be a wind event here the next couple of days. So today, partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies, a little bit breezy, winds gusting to about 20 miles per hour. Some gusts will be a little bit higher, 66 as we're going with for our high now today. Overnight tonight, 55, partly cloudy skies. And then tomorrow, those winds are going to kick up even more. And because the winds will be out of the south, it's actually going to boost the temperatures. So 72 degrees, 67 on Wednesday, still a little bit breezy. Wednesday's when the cold front itself is going to blow through. And notice the temperatures for the rest of the week. Low 60s for highs with another chance for rain next weekend.
Okay. All right. Too good to be true. Job offers are ways that scammers can dupe victims who work from home.
Yeah, the con is just one concern. Marie Mortera shows us what other problems you could face in today's Rip-Off Alert.
Are you sick of your job? Want to be your own boss? The next time you consider pitches like those, do your homework before you agree to anything. In this case, one work-at-home scam ended with possible federal charges for the victim.
They asked me if I'd be looking for work online. And I told them, I said, yes, I am. What does it entail? It seemed very simple to me, so I said, well, I'll try it out.
Rodney Moe is talking about the offer he received after posting his resume online. The company emailed him with a description of the job, and he quickly accepted. After all, it seemed simple.
They were going to furnish me the names in files and the checks in a file. And all I had to do was get the envelopes, stuff them. They were prepaid, and I'd mail them.
He spent about $275 on printing supplies. As he prepared his second batch of checks to send, he got a knock at the door from a U.S. postal inspector. Turns out the checks and postage he was using were fake. He was frightened.
If I'd known then what I know now, I'd never taken that job.
Louisiana postal inspectors say the ads offering work-from-home jobs needed a skeptical eye. Consumers need to question and look for red flags, such as spelling, grammar, or printing errors.
Normally, they'll put the addressee's name twice before they put the address. That's one of the red flags that we've discovered on those pre-printed labels that are normally given out to consumers when they're part of a scam like this.
Say no to anything you get that you don't know who it's coming from. End of story.
Postal inspectors want to emphasize if the potential employer you are talking to online won't meet in person or speak to you on the phone, that could be a sign of fraud. With the Rip-Off Alert, I'm Marie Mortera.
All right, good to know. So the next generation of bathrooms well on its way.
Oh, and boy, it's interesting.
I'm curious.
Look at some of the more innovative changes. Some people may be tracking you while you're in the bathroom.
On the traditional porcelain throne.
We have it for you coming up. Okay, so apparently restrooms may no longer be the perfect asylum for hardworking employees where you can just kind of escape.
So you mean my husband can't go in there for an hour and a half?
Not at work, apparently. If this mobile giant tech company has its way.
We're talking at work.
We're talking at work, right.
So the answer is yes, he can still use that as an excuse
at home,
when
absolutely.
it comes time for laundry. Well, mobile giant Kitty announced today that it will start to provide next generation bathrooms. The Internet of Things enables users to check the availability of the bathrooms via smartphone applications.
That's not a bad idea. So it's kind of like the whole parking, thing where you can check to see what bathrooms are available. But users also get notifications when they stay in there for more than 30 minutes. So your employer can kind of track how long you're in there. The move comes as part of an effort to streamline company operations. The mobile company insists the technology can also deter crime and lead to early detection of accidents. That's a new one.
Kind of weird. Right now on News 3 Live at 12:30, in it to win it. The Powerball jackpot has grown, and there are a lot of people flocking to the border of our state to buy tickets. We are there live. We're going to let you know what it's like.
Taking matters into his own hands, a local man putting up a temporary fix for a famous Welcome to Downtown Las Vegas sign in the Valley. Why he decided to put up his own sign after the original one was destroyed this past summer.
The happiest 5K on the planet. We have a preview of the upcoming color run and all the details so you can take part and help give back to a local organization.
News 3 starts right now.
All right, so breaking news that we have for you. Army Lieutenant General H.R. McMaster. This is video from about 15 minutes or so, give or take, when we brought you this as breaking news earlier. President Trump has picked him to be the new national security advisor. Of course, he still has to be approved by the Senate and be confirmed, but he would replace Michael Flynn, who recently resigned in light of the fact that he misled, so to speak, the Vice President, Mike Pence, by not giving him all the information when it came to some very important matters dealing with Russia. But anyhow, just wanted to bring you that information. H.R. McMaster, President Donald Trump's pick for National Security Advisor. All right, thank you so much for being with us. All right, so here's a question for you. Are you feeling a little lucky? You could soon be a multi-millionaire if you think you have the luck on your side.
Well, here's the thing. The Powerball jackpot has now hit $403 million. And you know what happens around here when it gets high? People start flocking to the Nevada-California border to pick up a ticket. And our Sergio Avila happens to be there now. So Sergio, you're at Prim. Can I just tell you for a second, I had no idea you were going there. Is it too late to get our names in on the station, what is it called?
Pool. Come on, Serge.
I don't want to be the only schmuck left behind if we win.
Sergio.
Absolutely too late. Sorry, I can't help you. But these people here in line, though, they have that opportunity that you guys over there at the studio no longer do. Here, check it out. At the Prim Lotto store here, you can see the check on the wall. The Mega Millions jackpot hit here. $188 million paid out on January 27th, just a couple of weeks ago. So people here now thinking they can hit that $403 million jackpot for the Powerball. So far this line has not gotten too long. I mean, I've used to come in here and the line's wrapped around the entire building. I mean, there are people here inside the store, but it is going relatively quickly. What may stop some people from coming from Las Vegas is the fact that it's President's Day. There's a lot of people leaving from Las Vegas, heading back to California. So there is some traffic on the 15 here right in this vicinity, but you know, people are still making the trip out. I spoke to a woman a couple of minutes ago who is from the Mesquite area, said that she would go buy her tickets in Arizona, but she heard of the big win here in Prim, and so she had to come down here and try her luck because she wants to cash in on the recent luck here at the Lotto store in Prim. Listen.
I've never won either. However, nothing beats a failure but a try.
Got to do it, right? I mean,
you got to do what you got to do. Just keep on coming. Your turn is coming.
Yeah, okay.
It's all about timing. Luck has nothing to do with it.
People say it's easy, right? Hey, you know, LaTanya, that woman you just saw in that video, I asked her how much she's ever won playing the lotto. She told me $50. But she is still here. And just to give you an idea of how popular this is, just a few minutes before we went on air, I saw Flavor Flav, that old school rapper with the clock around his neck. He walked out of this door. I didn't get a chance to talk to him or snap a photo of him, but he was just in here buying lotto tickets as well. Hey, I was just kidding. Crystal Michelle, I will definitely try to get you on that poll. Reporting live, Sergio Avila, News 3, back to you in the studio.
Good thing, Sergio, that
cleaned
you
that up a little
played
bit.
that off there at the end because we were going to remember that one.
I was like, what, Sergio? I thought he had our back. Okay, you're good now.
Hi,
You're
Serge.
back.
Flavor Flav was in there.
I know, Flavor Flav, a Public Enemy. Yeah, a Las Vegas local. Everybody knows Flavor Flav.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that the rain has let up, at least so people, if that line starts getting out the door, which we know it all is done plenty of times. Thank God it's not raining, right? So here's a look at the satellite radar picture. While it is dry here, man, San Francisco, Fresno area, Reno, the Sierras are all getting pummeled. More rain, more mountain snow. And in fact, we've had a little bit of activity here. This is the time-lapse loop from Mount Charleston Lodge so far this morning, where we started out with some sunshine, but as we put this in motion, the clouds move in and oh, there you see it, some sprinkles on the lens. Not coming down as snow today. It's rain. At below 9,000 feet, the temperatures are quite a bit warmer. In fact, this is what we're looking at right now. Mount Charleston Lodge, 47 degrees. Winds out of the west, 8 miles per hour, though gusts have been up to 32 miles per hour. So it is a little bit breezy up there. 61 degrees at Bartlett Elementary School in Green Valley. Winds gusting to 21 miles per hour. So we are going to see winds gusting to around 20 miles per hour in the Las Vegas Valley today. Quite a few clouds hanging around, but I think we're going to see more sunshine tomorrow. We could also see more gusty winds. We'll break it all down for you coming up.
Okay, thank you, Kelly. Appreciate it. Police still looking for the person that shot and killed a man during a fight at an apartment complex on the Valley's north side. So this happened just after 10:30 Friday night at the Hampton Apartments near Nellis and Desert Inn. Metro is saying that it began with a fight between two groups of women. Police say some men got involved, and that's when the shots were fired. Paramedics took the victim to Sunrise Hospital, where he died from his injuries. Officers asking for your help tracking down the suspects. Anyone with information asked to call Crime Stoppers at number 702-385-5500. 555.
The Metro Police also need your help finding a man they say held up a smoke shop here in town. This happened back in January on the 19th, just before 9:30 in the morning near Sunset and Sand Hill. And police say this man, captured here in these pictures, showed a gun and then took cash from the victims. They describe him as about 5'8" with a medium build, around 40 years old. If you think you recognize this man, or if you know anything about the incident that could help police find him, please call Crime Stoppers. And by the way, on that note, if you're trying to find out more information about crime in your neighborhood, there's a great app for that. You can sign up for Alert ID. You can find all the information on our website. Just head on over to news3lv.com. And click on the Alert ID tab.
After 9 months serving abroad, about 140 soldiers with the Army's National Guard back home to their base in southern Nevada. 80 of those soldiers are actually from Las Vegas. They are members of Bravo Company 422nd Signal Battalion, and their job was to install and ensure continuous communications with Allied forces. They served in places like the Middle East and the Horn of Africa, and we asked them what they missed most. Now, the two top answers, you probably guessed it, family and food, but the third a little surprising.
Plumbing. Plumbing. Working bathrooms that weren't like bathrooms that only took 30 seconds to get to.
It's just the little things that we take for granted
I
here,
know.
right?
Yeah.
So with this weekend's homecoming, fewer than 130 Nevada Army National Guard soldiers remain overseas, and we can't say this enough. Welcome home. And we thank you so much for your sacrifice and service. And not only those men and women, but their families.
Their families.
As well.
Yeah.
Because they definitely sacrifice along with them. A local man has made it his mission to bring back a sign that he says is a big draw for visitors to downtown Las Vegas. So you may remember this. Back in July, a driver slammed into the Welcome to Las Vegas sign. That's what happened, and that was the aftermath. Just mangled it. It's been greeting visitors at 4th Street and Las Vegas Boulevard for more than 15 years. Well, this gentleman right here, El Nefi Acevedo, said that he grew up in downtown Las Vegas, still lives near the area, and was hoping by now the city would have replaced it. Instead, he just took it upon himself, fastening up that banner to a couple of trees.
This is a big part of history. One of the things left. Had it been maybe the Vegas sign or another sign, it probably would have been, replaced.
Acevedo paid for the sign out of his own pocket, about $140. He said he doesn't expect it to last long, but hope it serves as a reminder to the city. News 3 spoke with the city back in July. At that time, they told us that they really might use this time to redesign it or maybe even put it somewhere else.
Okay, you might remember this dog. If you followed the story, there's no way you could forget it. This caused a big snarl up as this dog was running around in traffic, shutting down the US 95 after it had been abandoned. This was about a month ago. Well, we are happy to report that this cute, adorable pup has found a new home. His name is Michelangelo, and he captured the hearts of so many of us here in Las Vegas when he made headlines, and one local family decided they wanted to make sure that he had a home forever. The Nevada Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals says that this guy's been through a lot. He has a long way to go to recovery, but he was adopted Sunday, and he is headed to his forever home. Today also National Love Your Pet Day, so we thought that was a perfect time to bring you an update.
That's a great story. Glad that he found a forever home. And we have our Forever Home Fridays right here on News 3 Live at noon as well.
And we're very proud because every dog that's been featured on this newscast has found a home.
That's so exciting. So we're proud to be a part of that. All right. Lace up your shoes.
I did the color run and I totally ate it. I'll never forget it. I fell downtown and I got back up and I kept on going to the end, but it is one thing I'll never forget. It's a really fun run. Just don't fall like I did. They were here today. We're going to tell you how you can lace up your shoes, get involved in this colorful event, and help a local charity in town.
And a 90-year-old doctor retires after practicing for 70 years. Why he decided it was finally time to hang up his coat.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Time for Trending Today. And Golden Girls fans, if you're out there, you have a perfect place now to gather and get good food, except you have to go to New York City. There's a cafe celebrating the popular TV series now open in New York. Rue La Rue Cafe honors the legacy of actress Rue McClanahan. She played sassy Blanche Devereaux on the show. The cafe is decorated with photos and memorabilia and wardrobe accessories from the actress's estate. The owner of this cafe, his name's Michael La Rue. He was a close friend of McClanahan prior to her death in 2010. LaRue also manages her estate, which includes 220 Golden Girls pieces. He plans to rotate them throughout the cafe so that everybody can enjoy them. Okay, American Ninja Warriors returns tonight for a special episode. The best of the best compete as teams in American Ninja Warriors All-Stars. So you're going to see some of the stars from last season and many others from the previous season and then this year. And we spoke to one of them, Jessie Graff. She explains why she believes this show has done so well.
I think American Ninja Warrior inspires so many people because we get to see average everyday people who are able to squeeze working out into their everyday lives and go from, you know, maybe not being athletic to becoming an amazing athlete. And we get to see their process going through it if they're coming back from year to year and the stories behind everyone. It's amazing the people you see.
All right, you can catch American Ninja Warrior All-Stars tonight at 8 o'clock right here on News 3. After nearly 70 years of work, a 95-year-old doctor hanging up his hat. Gina Benitez has his incredible story.
There isn't a single person at Johnston Health who doesn't know Dr. Woodrow Batten. The Johnston County native has been practicing medicine for close to 70 years, the majority of those years right here in this hospital.
It's good to be at home and still be working.
But recently, something inside the 95-year-old told him it was time. Today, the soft-spoken physician will hang up his white coat for good.
I was just fortunate to live this long and have good enough health to keep going, keep working, and keep studying and so on.
Dr. Eric Janis, who's been practicing alongside Dr. Batten for the last 21 years, says Dr. Batten is an icon.
Dr. Batten is the model for what a physician is.
Janis says he's touched thousands of lives, both in and out of the hospital.
His dedication to being a physician, taking care of patients, teaching colleagues, teaching students, is what this profession is all about.
And after taking care of others for so long, Dr. Batten will now dedicate himself to the one he feels needs him most, his wife, who has Alzheimer's.
I find my best job now is looking after her.
Though he's leaving medicine, Dr. Batten tells me his work is far from over. He says he hopes to continue giving back any way he can.
I have not accomplished great things, but I've accomplished enough to make me feel good about some of the things I've done and to feel like I have at least played a role of some significance.
Well, that was a great story, and kudos to him. That's a long time. Now, here's a look at the time lapse today. This is the Boulder City camera where you can see it's shaking a little bit. We've got a bit of a breeze. We see some blue sky and then more clouds keep rolling in. So a mix of sun and clouds and gusty winds across the area today, and we've got more of those winds on the way as well. Now, here's a look at those current temperatures. Pahrump, 62 degrees. Boulder City, right now, you're just 57. Laughlin, 68, though. Mesquite coming in at 61. And in the Las Vegas Valley, upper 50s, low 60s. Highs today maybe reaching low to mid 60s. That's all we can really hope for with all these clouds hanging around. Now, as far as the winds, yeah, we're dealing with those gusts out there. Downtown, 24-mile-per-hour gusts being reported. Anthem gusts to 23 miles per hour. And the winds will actually be a little bit stronger as we get into tomorrow. All a part of this large low pressure system, this atmospheric river too, that it's pulling with it. That's just streaming these showers from San Francisco through to Reno and then continuing to the northeast up into Idaho and Montana. This is going to continue here for the next couple of days. And we have had a little bit of precipitation here. Not a whole lot. Most of it has been in the higher terrains of the Spring Mountains. Have been seeing a little bit. We saw a rainbow on one of the time lapses from Red Rock. We've seen a few sprinkles up at Mount Charleston Lodge, but dry conditions expected in the Las Vegas Valley today. Now, our high temperatures: Beatty, 57 degrees today. In Sandy Valley, 62. Laughlin, about 69 degrees. Overnight tonight, Boulder City, 52. Mesquite also looking at a low around 52 degrees. Partly cloudy skies, still a little bit breezy, and we're still going to be dealing with a little bit of breeze tomorrow as well. Now, tomorrow, with more sunshine and the winds out of the south, we should see a boost for those temperatures. 72 degrees, 67 degrees on Wednesday. Then cooler conditions for Thursday and Friday. Saturday now, that's a pretty important day. We've got the color run going on. Partly sunny skies, will be a little bit breezy though. Not sure how that's going to affect the runners.
Well, hey there, everybody. Well, we are here to give you a preview of what you can expect with the Color Run. We're actually outside of the News 3 studio, and we're so excited because we have a lot of special guests here who are going to give you a little preview of the Color Run, which is the largest 5K series event in the world. So it's big, and it's the 6th year here in Las Vegas, and it's so much fun. We have Michelle Beck here with 3 Square Food Bank, the organization that it's supporting in a very big way. So, Michelle, thank you for being with us.
Hey, thank you for having us. We're super excited this year for the Color Run Dream Tour. This is the 6th year that they've supported 3 Square, so it's a really big deal. We want everybody to come out, have fun.
I love it. And you know what's so cool about this run, in case you haven't been a part of it before, is like at each station that you go to, they kind of splash you with some color, right?
They do. And it's not just a run. Anybody can come. You can walk, run, skip, dance through. It's not a timed race, so come out, bring your friends, your family, your coworkers, everybody.
This is the happiest race in the world, right?
It's the happiest 5K on the planet.
And probably the most colorful.
It is pretty colorful.
Okay, let's go ahead and give them a preview of what to expect. We have some runners over here, right, Michelle?
Yes, we do.
All right, guys, go. Take it away. Oh, look at them go. And they're hitting the stations. And they're getting splashed with color. And they're making it in. All right. We got to award the medals. Got to award the medals. Hey, listen, we're getting a head start here at News 3. The Color Run in full effect right out here outside of the News 3 studio. And you know, my co-anchor Michelle, speaking of another Michelle, she's done it before too and said she had so much fun. So Michelle, you're going to be there, I take it.
I'll be there, of course.
I love it. So you're already geared up and ready to go. What's the message you have for people in the community to be a part of this?
Well, this is the 6th year that the Color Run has supported 3 Square. In their first 5 years, they raised over $35,000 for 3 Square, which is 100,000 meals going back into the community. So it's a day to come out, have fun with your friends, do something nice for the community. It's a way for everybody
to give back, right? I love it. Okay, let's get another shot of these Color Run folks. Look at them. They're hyped. They're ready to go for this weekend's run. Listen, you got to get on board with this. The Color Run doing great things for the community, helping 3 Square Food Bank. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's do a big cheer, guys. Woo-hoo! We'll be back. Stay with us.
All right, let's recap today's top stories. Opponents of President Trump are trying to send him a message on this President's Day. They are holding Not My President's Day rallies across the nation. They are scheduled in at least a dozen cities across the country today.
And deadly crashes involving motorcycles are up more than 50% from this time last year. Within just the last week, there were 2 deadly crashes. Last year, also up from the previous year. You had 32 deaths in 2015 compared to 49 people who lost their lives in 2016.
Several trails remain closed today after an avalanche Saturday night in Kyle Canyon. Photos from Clark County's Twitter page show the avalanche stopped only 200 yards from the Rainbow subdivision. The mountain got more than a foot of snow in just 2 days over the weekend.
All right, well, let's stay on the topic of weather and talk about what's happening in our part.
You know, we could see a little bit of some rain showers in the Spring Mountains and out around Red Rock today. It's going to be pretty light, and if you're out at Red Rock, it's probably more like a mist. Otherwise, dry conditions in Las Vegas, 66. A little bit breezy today, but stronger winds Tuesday and Wednesday. A cold front's going to blow through, and we're still watching for the possibility of more rain next weekend, which, of course, we don't want to see because we've kind of had several wet weekends.
This coming weekend?
Yeah.
So that would affect the color run then?
Potentially Sunday.
Sunday, okay, so we might be okay then. Whew. All right, in the clear. All right, coming up tomorrow at noon, do you want to throw an Academy Awards party this weekend?
Hello Las Vegas can help with all the glitz and glam, and they're going to show us how. Don't miss that and more right here on News 3 Live at noon.
All right, and here's a look at what we're working on for News 3 Live at 3 today. We hope you come back and join us. The local Girl Scout selling cookies gets a fake $100 bill. So that's just not cool when people are doing that to these Girl Scouts. So what police are saying about the situation.
That's really not cool.
No.
And a surprise for one teenager fighting cancer. What he got to do that he's never done before that really made a big difference for him as he's struggling through this battle. We'll have those stories and more coming up on News 3 Live at 3 o'clock today.
We love those stories. All right, finally today, you can now buy Snapchatting sunglasses. Get out of here. Snap, which operates Snapchat, says its spectacles are now available on spectacles.com for $130. The sunglasses let you film snaps at the touch of a button. The videos are then saved on your Snapchat app and then can be edited and shared.
They look like something out of a Cracker Jack box, don't they?
I know they kind of do.
For $130.
That's crazy.
What?
So they were launched last November, and until now we're only available in vending machines called Snap Dots. Is that bots? Okay, across the U.S. Go figure. They come up with everything these days.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I never even got into the whole Snapchat thing.
I still haven't
I'm a
figured
little
that
late
out.
on that
No.
one. Little late. All the young folks are on that one.
We're too old for that.
But listen, you are not too old to lace up your shoes and take part in the Color Run. It's for a great cause. We just did the interview. It's benefiting 3 Square Food Bank, and you've done it before. A lot of
and
fun.
you really do get covered in all of the color, so it's a lot of fun.
This weekend, Saturday. But thank you for being with us. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye, everybody.